Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to New Book Who Dis. I am your host, Death Metal Hero, and with me, we've got Jerry, who is here to talk to us about EVERMATTER. Jerry, what's going on, man? It's been a while since I've gotten a chance to chill with you.
Not
I
much.
believe, Writing Pros
Yeah,
last time.
well, the Shay's relax stream. I think you were on there. You just had surgery, so
Ah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
was a little bit
the
out of it.
regen cycle.
Yeah, the regen cycle. Yeah,
Just a little bit,
yeah.
This was me on that night, probably. Just floating out in, out in the ether.
But we
So,
had a good time.
yeah, we did. We did. So this is this the first campaign or is this the second campaign for EverMatter?
This is
Because
the
I
first.
think
No, this is the first campaign. This is the my first book, my first campaign. So
okay.
I'm a total noob, but I think I've watched enough campaigns that I've got it kind of halfway figured out. I've talked to a bunch of
That's
people behind the
awesome.
scenes, so yeah, including Shay and Vinny and some of the
Fan-
other creators. So
Fantastic
yep,
resources. You want good info about campaigns. You definitely want to talk to Shay and Vinny.
yeah,
Yep.
everybody in
We
the
got
community, man, is willing to help. So that's great too, dude. It's just I've never seen anything like it. The people just come together and just help each other out, and it's just great.
because people love comics and they want to see others succeed, man. Because as the saying says, a rising tide lifts all boats. So I'm going to go ahead and plunk the link to the project in the chat. It's also in the video description, but let's see. Plunking it into the chat means I can also pin the message to the top. I think. Did that? Okay. Yeah. Message is now pinned. Ha! Nefarious, what's going on, man? Welcome, welcome. There it is. Now it's showing up pinned at the top. There we go. So everybody can find your project. So, tell us a little bit about what inspired your project. Like
Okay,
what
so
is?
I really got into mythology, just different mythology. Roman, Nordic, Greek mythology, and eventually I ran across Celtic mythology. So I
Hmm.
went down this rabbit hole, and I was like, man, I've never seen these stories before, and I was like, there's some gold here that really needs that nobody's really, or not very many people. There is a comic book out there called Slain series.
Oh, the Horn God, yes.
Yes, yes.
By Bisley, I have that one.
Yeah, and
Yes.
that's based on Celtic mythology. So I found it actually after I started looking into this this pantheon of gods, and
Hmm.
it really inspired me to make a comic. After that, because I had this story that kind of took off from the older stories, the old Celtic stories, and then I just kind of set it in present day. Took off with my own story, like with that as the backdrop,
Hmm.
almost as if our entire existence, our entire universe, was based off of these the happenings of these gods in the past, and then everything kind of alternate universe kind of deal. So
Very
yeah,
cool.
but that's what inspired me. I got really interested in that. My family's Irish, so I was able
Oh,
to.
so yeah,
Yeah,
digging into
so
ancestry there too. Know
yeah,
where your
that's
people come
it.
from.
Yeah, my mom
Yeah.
did. Like I got on ancestry.com and kind of seen where we were. How much of what was bred into us, I guess. But yeah, she
Awesome.
yeah, that I kind of started looking into some of that kind of stuff too. So heritage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a natural place to look. You pull from what you know. You pull from what's around you. You pull from what you've experienced. And I don't know, when you find something neat about your heritage like that, it's a natural inclination to dig deeper into it and to get to know that. And then, if it's something that you're like, wow, this really resonates with me. I mean, it should because it's about my history. Putting that into a story, to me at least, as a writer and a creator, it brings more. And this is one of my favorite words. People will probably know what I'm going to say. Verisimilitude. It makes it feel more real. It makes it feel more informed. It makes it feel more fleshed out. It makes it feel like the muscles and tendons of the story are actually connected together. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're right about what you know. You're right about what you experienced, and you can translate that a lot better than just your imagination is great, but when you have experience to go along with it, then it makes a complete story.
Frog G says everyone should hop on this one. Celtic mythology is underrepresented.
It certainly is.
True. Very true.
And it's great, man. There's all kinds of stories out there. If you want to dive down a rabbit hole, start looking up. Look up the Tuath De Danann. Look up Fomorians. Look up the God Eru, and you can find some gold in there, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go ahead and bring up the page here. You have it shared here.
Yeah.
And Nefarious says, "Can I ask some direct questions?"
Yeah, shoot.
Yeah. Whatever Jerry is willing to answer.
Yeah. I'll as long as I don't incriminate myself, I'm willing.
There you go. That's a good clause to put in there. El Gargoyle says eggplant.
Well, thank you, I guess.
That means he's happy to see you.
Yeah.
And your campaign.
Yeah. Thank you, El Gargoyle.
All right. So who's? Did you share the audio? Do you want to play the video?
I did share it. Yeah, we can go ahead and play the video.
Okay, go ahead.
The Council of Binds has grown arrogant. The power and wisdom of the Tuath De Danann has gone unchallenged for millennia. Peace has lured them into a deep sea of complacency, but it's always there, lurking, waiting, just outside the light, building, growing, anticipating. Evil never gives up. The lust for power, it will return. And when it does, it will have to go through me. I am Bind Kiran. The spirit of Eru lives within me. I watched Balor fall to the hand of Lu as my world was destroyed. I fight for the Council of Binds. I fight for the Tuath De Danann. I fight for what remains my world. I fight for my people. But most of all, I fight for revenge.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
So I'm going to go ahead and knock these questions out that Nefarious has before I start, talking about the campaign. So the 5K fixed goal. Well, first of all, I went fixed because I didn't want people to think that if they gave to the campaign on a flexible goal, if I only raised, $1,000, that I would run away with their money or something like that.
Right.
So I knew that if I put fixed, that people would know, that that I had enough money to actually produce the book. Also, I might have. It was a calculated strategy, and I might have over calculated, because what I did is I went ahead and paid to have the first book. I have all the art for EVERMATTER is done. The cover art's done. Eric Weathers is paid and working on the lettering for the book. So what I need the money for is to print this book, ship this book, and because it's a series, I want to make sure that I could get book 2 out quickly. See, this book could come out as soon as it's funded. Eric gets done with the letters. There's just some editing and some, I'll get a proof, and then we'll edit some more. A lot of editing, and then I'll get.
Good editors worth their weight in gold.
Yeah, sure is. And then I'll get the proof. Of course, we'll edit it. We'll print the books for the backers, send them out. That'll happen pretty quick. But then I want to get the second book out quickly. So what's left from printing and shipping, will go toward the second book, and that's why I went toward the 5K fixed goal. And yes, I had to pay Carlos. He's a great artist, and he is worth every dime that I paid him. Also, the reward tiers are pretty simple because what I did is I looked at other people's campaigns, their first campaigns, not their third or fourth campaigns, where they're doing more money than what I thought I would probably do. And I tried to keep the tiers simple because I wanted to make sure that because it is my first campaign, I didn't want to try to get like patches and cups and
those are stretch goals. You'll get there. Start simple with like bookmarks and stuff like that. Stuff you can easily ship with your book is what I've heard over and over again.
That's correct, because because it is my first book, I want to leave a good impression on people. So I didn't want to have anything that would slow me down from fulfilling after the campaign is completed. So if I had anything that I thought might have problems producing, or I didn't know a good source for those items, I just left it out, and I decided to go with what I knew I could get produced quickly, and I could get out to the backers. Mm-hmm. So that's why the rewards are kind of simple. They're just basic rewards, but
you can build on that. You got a good base.
Yeah.
How many pages are we looking at for this book?
You're looking at 32 pages of full color, plus a thank you page and some possibly some pages from book 2 to kind of whet your appetite. A little tease, you gotta pull it down a little bit.
You gotta leave them wanting more. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So is this a self-contained story with room for the next one? Or is it like this is definitely the solid chunk of like the first part of the story?
It is a self-contained story, but there is a cliffhanger at the end. So you would read this, and I believe you'd be satisfied. But then there is a cliffhanger at the end. So, okay. but to answer those questions at the end, you're going to have to go to book 2, obviously. So
yeah, well, hey, that's the way to do it. You tell a complete story, and then you whet the appetite for the next bit. Like, yeah. You like that? Well, how about this little thing that we brought up earlier?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's
excellent.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, scroll down. Let's see what other tiers you got here. So you got a digital copy, and then
I've got. Well, I'll start at the.
Look at the featured tier. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's look at this one. I got the featured tier. What you get is the 32-page full color comic. And you get the artist edition, which is basically, I got this idea from Sweetcast, and what it is it's just the inks.
Great.
So you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about the lettering or the being on top of the art. You can kind of just follow along with the action, and then you have go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hang on a second. Let's go into StreamYards, the cam mic thing down there, where it says, and then go into your audio. Make sure that echo cancellation is turned off, stereo audio is on, and then turn off automatically adjust mic.
Okay, how's that sound?
Much better.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. All right. So, and then you get
the black and white book, right? It's like they did with Fatal.
Yeah, just like they did with Fatal. It's just the black and white artist edition. No lettering, anything. You just follow along with the action.
Heck yeah! And what else are we looking at there in that bundle?
And then we got the 11x17 print of Gary, the alien, and you also get your book shipped first and your name in the book. So that's the featured tier.
Nice.
Also, I want to make sure that some of the backers have asked me because they wanted the physical copies, but they also didn't want to take their physical copies with them, like on trips and everything if they weren't able to read, at the house. So they asked for a digital copy as well. So what I did is I added a digital copy to every tier. So
yeah.
So if don't in other words, because I already had backers on like the physical copies, don't buy the physical copy and then add the digital copy as well because it comes with it. In other words, I don't want people to double up and they ain't got to. But yeah, then we have
That's
the regular.
awesome.
And then if you want to, you can just get the digital copy for $10.
Yeah.
And then we have
That's what Brian Polito does with Lady Death. Whenever he launches a Lady Death campaign, no matter what tier they get, they get a digital copy.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Good call.
And then I'm sorry. I'm on the campaign screen, so I can't see you. So when you're fixing to talk, I don't know that. Yeah.
Look, do you want me to bring up the campaign screen and I'll scroll through, that way you can see me and we can that way you can just talk about it. I thought it would be easier. Hang on, I got it right here.
Yeah, I'm having to swap windows back and forth to
okay. See, I thought that was going to be easier for us. No. Let me go ahead and take care of this.
I thought it was too. I didn't realize.
Can actually have a conversation. All right. And let me. Okay, yeah. Turn. Is it this monitor? Yeah. Why don't I have my second monitor on? Technical difficulties.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell the backstory while you're doing that.
Yeah.
So thousands of years ago, the Tuatha De Danann, or a pantheon of gods, Celtic gods, were warring against each other. They split into two warring bodies. They were the Tuatha De Danann and the Fomorians. The Tuatha De Danann changed the tide of the battle by granting beings from different worlds EVERMATTER, which allowed those beings to fight along beside them as gods. Because EVERMATTER gives you the power to live forever. You don't have, you're still mortal, of course. If you get killed, your head cut off, or you get shot, or you get stabbed mortally, you will die. You just stop aging at whatever age you bound your life force to the EVERMATTER. It also gives you a power, such as Kira's power is to warp from place to place. She can warp anywhere she's seen you, anywhere she's ever been. One of the characters in the book has power to shapeshift. So all kinds of good stuff in there. But what happened is that Bind Corum, one of our protagonists, made a mistake, a simple mistake that anybody would have made, and it allowed the Fomorians, who was once defeated, to come back into prominence and kind of start making a resurgence. And because Kira lost her world to the battle between the Fomorians and the Dantutanen, she's kind of got some beef with Bind Corum over that, because
she's got a reason to go to war.
She lost everything that she had. She lost her family, her friends, her everything. I do want to make something clear though. I saw in one chat, one of the guys was saying he made a comment like another strong female protagonist, but she is not. This is a group of protagonists, because you have Bind Corum, Bind Kira, and you have Gary, and you have Esme, and all their stories have an arc. It's not just because Kira is prominent on the cover. It's not just Kira's story, in other words. So it's not like it's not a woke thing. So I'm trying to get to politely. This isn't one of those. This isn't one of those woke stories.
This is the story.
Yeah. She's not a Mary Sue. In other words, she's been through a lot.
Right.
I mean, right from the start. So yeah.
Character growth. Excellent.
Yeah. And
so this is kind of like it's a modern story with old mythology sensibilities, huh?
Yeah, it's got the
aliens.
Yeah, it's a modern story. It's got what happened was, the Tuatha De Danann, they had that war. They've been ruling the galaxy in peace since then, and now the Fomorians are starting to make a resurgence, and for whatever reason, Earth wasn't invited to become a bind, is what I call the representatives of the council, whether it be because we were just wasn't invited.
Earth.
Yeah, we was Earth. We was kind of like not ready, maybe, or we made a mistake. Maybe we was invited. We made a mistake, and then they kicked us out or whatever. You find that out in the book. But
got to read to find out.
You got to read to find out. But anyway, so EVERMATTER Conscript is a 32-page full color comic. It's a pretty awesome story, I think. I want to talk
Looks
about.
fun.
Yeah, man.
I love the art. It's got a very like Tim Sale vibe, or not Tim Sale, Bruce Timm. Like these two panels right here really give me like a Bruce Timm vibe, which I dig.
Yeah, Carlos is he's an amazing artist. Somebody said something about how to pay Carlos. Yeah, he was like I said, he was worth he was worth every dime that I paid him. He did great. This panel that page you was just looking at with the mean baddie, she's got her
Right here?
No, on down a little bit down. Right here.
Okay.
I don't show the whole page because there's some spoilers in the bottom panels. But
okay, that's why it's faded out.
Yeah.
Right.
But she is my between her and Gary. I think she and Gary are both tied for my favorite characters because she's not just that a bad guy just to be bad. She does have a backstory. Of course, that's later on in the series, but. You're introduced to her here, and I think everybody will be familiar with her once you find out who she is. So, and then you got little Esme down there. She's the she's the character that goes on the hero's journey. If you're familiar with that writing,
Oh yeah.
That just form of writing, but she's she's got a piece of EVERMATTER. She don't really know how to use it, and then she don't know how to defend herself. And the thing about the EVERMATTER is you could collect multiple pieces of this, kind of like Highlander, where they cut off the other Highlander's head, and they gain power.
Only one.
Yeah, there can only be one. Well,
so you can take power from others. Gotcha.
Yeah, so if you get a couple pieces of those EVERMATTER, you might have 2 powers, and then if you collect 3 or 4, you may have 4 or 5 powers, and eventually becoming the most powerful being in the universe. And that's what this character is doing. She's just greedy for power, and she's and we're better to get that than a young girl that can't defend herself.
Oh yeah, that has this power and doesn't know how to do it. Well, you should give it to me anyway because
it's low hanging fruit.
Yeah,
low hanging fruit.
I mean, it's a villain.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Very cool. So you've got a book and a print here, a print of Gary.
Yeah. Yep, that's Gary. Gary is a pretty awesome character. I've been saying on those streams, he kind of reminds me of that one scene in Guardian of the Galaxy where Rocket Raccoon has thrown the gun and it's like in slow motion and he grabs the gun out of there and he's like, "Yo, yeah,"
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You got it perfect. But that's Gary. He's very he loves to. He's happiest when he's shooting things. He's happiest when he's killing things. When he's tinkering and making bombs and
so he is all about making the boom boom go boom.
Yeah, and he's also his
Nice.
ship. If you go down there with the red page, his ship he has modified his ship because in this galaxy, in this world, not everybody has bullets like we have. They mostly have energy weapons and plasma weapons and lasers. So
Right.
the galaxy shields aren't really ready for like ballistic weapons. So Gary is modified so that the Gatling cannons he has on his ship they're pretty well unique to him. He's kind of designed them because he gets these old videos from Earth. He's based on a gray alien, so they're infatuated with humans anyway. So he's kind of
Right.
modified his ship to have these ballistic weapons, and they just kind of cut right through the shields of other ships, and it's very destructive.
Because they're expecting energy weapons, not little bits of metal being projectiled at them.
Yeah.
Ah,
So
awesome.
he's pretty clever that way.
And look at the face of Glee.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. That's what I was. And his jacket is kind of a throwback to the Tom Cruise because he's watched Tom Cruise and he's the best pilot in the galaxy, so he thinks that he's the Maverick. As a matter of fact,
That's awesome.
I could give nothing away from book 1, but in book 2, Esme sits down beside him in like the co-pilot's chair, and he's like, "You can be Goose," and Brian Corum's like standing behind him. He's like, he leans over Esme's shoulder. He's like, Goose dies, right? So it's
Awesome.
kind of funny. I have to check. Yeah. But
And this image right here of him sitting in the cockpit, that would be cool on a shirt. It just,
yeah,
you know, if you could finish out the elbows on either side, just like that would be cool on a shirt. Just, you know, and then have like
Yeah.
either like the logo of up above him or below him.
that would be a cool shirt.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about
Yeah.
it. But yeah, it would be.
I mean, I love t-shirts. I love screen printing. I love graphic tees. And when I see, you know, fun stuff like that, just like the energy in that face, like I would totally rock that on a t-shirt. You know, it's just,
Yeah.
you know, it's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. My wife had me a hat made with the logo. I don't have it with me, but it's she had it made for one of my it was an anniversary or birthday or something. I can't remember, but it's pretty cool. I got it put up because I didn't want to get it dusty and dirty and
Oh yeah, totally understand.
all that stuff. It's just a one-off from like Lids or something, you know.
Right, but I mean, it's a thought that counts.
Yeah, it's cool.
Let's see.
It's cool.
And then
But,
you got the artist edition and the book edition. Now, what is the difference between this one and the featured?
the
Oh, it's got
featured
the
you
print.
get. Yeah, you get the print. You get your book shipped first, and you get your name in the book on the featured. And then this was
Okay,
just
definitely.
the two books. You don't get the print with it.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely want to get the. If you're gonna get both those, you can definitely want to get the print.
Yeah, yeah, and then just over backed. If we get just over backed, one of the stretch goals, $6,000. You get you get a full color print of Kira as well. So just gotta have a little bit more money to produce it. But,
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah,
That's a cool image. Is that Gary and a guy with his phone like taking
yeah.
a
If you
picture of him?
if you scroll on down, there's a full size picture of it.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. Just scroll past the on down. Just a little bit. Yeah,
Scroll down more. There was more artwork down here. Look
Yeah.
at this.
and as soon as I get the head,
definitely getting like a Bruce Timm vibe. I dig it. All right,
Come on,
here, you
go
got
on.
Stretch goals.
yeah. So
You said it was down here.
I thought
Or
it
did I
was
go
down there.
past it?
I thought it was down there. It may not be on there. Let me see. If not, I can pull it up on my screen. Let me pull it up right quick.
Okay. So you get stretch goals, $6,000. Everyone gets the full color Kira print, like you just said. Very cool. Nice. And the next stretch goal after that is a bonus for Carlos. That's fantastic. And then villain trading card. Ooh.
I'm
I'm loving all these cards, man. I'm gonna have to put together a binder just for all the cards I've been getting with campaigns.
So I've been talking to an artist. If I get an answer back, if I don't get an answer back soon, I'm going to just go with someone else. But I'm kind of waiting. I really want that artist on the trading cards. So I'm sorry, I'm trying to do this. Oh crap! I did a video.
You're good.
But if I get an answer back, I'm going to put who it is on there. But I don't want to say without
Oh yeah,
how it is.
absolutely.
You don't want to make
No.
any problem. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't promise something that you haven't gotten an agreement on.
Yeah, there's the print. I thought that art was on there. I need to add it on there though. But let me scroll. Let me see if I can zoom in on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he finally there we go. Well, I don't know how to zoom out.
Maxworks says, "I volunteer if the other artist fails to get back at you." Max is very talented.
Yeah, I need to talk to him. I told him I was going to talk to him, and I never had a chance to get back to him with work streaming, and then I've got some other things that I've got in the works too. So, but yeah, I need to get back with him. But yeah, it's Gary.
Well,
He finally
Justin.
gets his. No Maverick is complete without the aviators.
Oh yeah, totally.
So he's got to have his aviators, and at this point he's got his aviators. And then the guy there is like, he's an Earthling. He's never seen an alien, so he's like, what is it? Raid Area 52 or 51, Raid Area 51.2 2.0 or something,
They're coming for us. They're coming for us.
Yeah.
They're out in the open. They're not hiding anymore. Run! Yeah.
That he's calling the Men in Black or something. I don't know. He's just got his phone out, but yeah.
Finally proof.
But yeah, that's why Gary's one of my favorite characters, man. He's
That's fun.
a little bit
Yeah, it'd be
sadistic,
cool.
quick-witted.
Right. Yeah, cool. And do we get his backstory in this first volume, or is that something that we'll get, more of as we go on in like the second volume, or perhaps
so-
like a backstory,
All right,
standalone?
I'll tell you. I can tell you in book 2, we go to a prober colony, which is like they're like dirt. They're like it's kind of like a villainous hive of scum, from Star Wars. But
Richard Hive of scummy villainy, yes.
yeah, that's it. But he's but yeah, we get a little bit more of his backstory further on into the series. He's a good friend with Bind Corum, to the point that he would protect him with his life. So he's been there for Bind Corum through ups and downs, and he'll continue to be there for him. But yeah, we'll find out more about why in later stories.
Very cool.
But you get
looking at this image, it could totally be like the cover of his, like, just a little spin-off adventure starring just Gary,
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's the vibe that I get from it. It's got a lot of energy. It's a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, he's a great character, man. I couldn't be more pleased with the way the artwork came out. I was looking for that.
Job, man.
I was looking for that animated style, and I've been telling people I don't know if you know who he is. He's Travasky. He does the Clone Wars. He did Samurai Jack.
Oh yeah, did Primal
Yeah.
on on Cartoon Network or Adult Swim.
Yeah,
It still exists. Yeah, Primal. Yeah.
Yeah, and he does. So if you notice, Carlos's style is a lot like his, and to me it is. It's a lot got that animated kind of feel to it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, the some of the stuff like the Batman the Animated Series type stuff is definitely an influence that I feel. Just the way the heads are constructed, profiles. That's what I meant when I said Bruce Timm feel to it. And especially
that's what
where's that page? This in particular.
Yeah,
This sequence right here definitely reminds me of Bruce Timm or Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, I really like the way he did in the. I like the way that the skyline looks, but I also like the way he did at the very bottom panel where the villain is just coming out of the dark, and it gives you that kind of like it's almost like you're sitting where Esme is sitting, and you're seeing this villain, come at you. Yeah, so it's a cool looking.
Put you right
panel.
in the seat.
And the way he did the panel. The way he did the panel where the car, like the back seat, is actually the brake for the panel. You see what I'm saying? Where it's got like the villain is looking at Esme, and then his arm comes across the back seat, but the black of the back seat actually makes the panel. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's good panel construction, and it the image leads one into another. It's good eye flow. It carries you along. So I can't wait to see the rest of this. This is going to be great. The panel layout's not like this right here. Keeps it exciting, changes it up. And I don't know, like I love stuff like this. Insets. Nobody really does insets very much anymore.
We had a discussion.
Leon Sharp has been doing a bunch of inset stuff like that on Green Lantern. It's been really cool page layouts.
Me and Carlos, whenever I got the first page, it actually had an inset on the first page that I got, and I was like, because if you have it on the first page, you're thinking, well, it's going to be through the rest of the book, and it's a decision that we had to make, and we went with it. And I'm glad that we did because he did a really good job with those. And in this panel, you can kind of see, we're kind of establishing that the EVERMATTER is where Kira gets her power to warp. You can see that she's warped right in. In the left panel, top panel in the inset panel, you see that Bicorm has said something to her, and then she warps right up to him, and she's I mean, she goes toe to toe with him. You know, she's got her face and his face, and they got this tension going on, and then you know, and then one of them breaks right there in the conversation. So, but as soon as I get these edits to Eric and he gets the lettering back to me, well, I'm gonna get some lettered pages up as well, so you could, you know, people could see that.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and people love seeing updates, man. People love seeing updates because it shows it shows the backers, it shows your customers that this is getting done. We're moving along at a good clip, and you can expect this book soon. You know, you're not going to be waiting forever. You know, and that's the biggest gripe that people have always had with crowdfunding is, oh, you pay for it now and then you have to wait forever and ever and ever and ever. Well, you know, the other thing about it is if you buy something in previews and you pre-order it, sometimes it never shows up.
Yeah, yeah. But this is a...
So, you know, being able to show that, yes, this book is X amount done before, you know, I'm, you know, coming to you and asking, you know, that shows that you're committed to getting it done and getting it into people's hands.
I'd say it's 90% done. All we're waiting on is lettering, pre-press, and some editing, and we'll be done. We'll be ready to go to the printers with it. So, like I said, but I need the money to print and to ship and print all the goodies, and then I need that money to invest in the second book because, you know, art is expensive, and the first
quality
book
art is expensive.
The first book drained me a little. I'm gonna go ahead and admit it. You know, it drained me a little, and I got to replenish that. I can't just keep producing them myself. I have to know that, you know, it's something that people want, and hoping to get some momentum behind it to get this thing funded so I can go on with the story. You know, it's a passion project for me.
It looks exciting and fun. It's you know. So is it a futuristic Earth? Is it like it's our time Earth, or is it jump around?
Okay, so it's the story of Earth, Legends of the Past, but it's also got it's set in the present. But because the story comes from the like, for example, you know, Kira's world was destroyed between the battle of Lu and Baelor when they had that big battle and Lu defeated Baelor. You know, at some point we jump to the past and we see, you know, how her world was destroyed. You know, and there's things like that throughout the story because, you know, you just have to set, when it comes to her story arc, you just have to set the stage. You know. Absolutely. Yep.
Absolutely.
And if we, I know we're a long ways off, but I think at $10,000, I added I'm going to add the 4 pages. They're down a little bit more.
Keep going.
Yep. And at 15, I was going to add the 4 pages and with it details the battle between Lu and Baelor and the destruction of Kira's world.
Very cool. Get some more pages in there. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Always more story. Always good to have more story, especially when it fills in. Yeah.
Yep. And that's going to be a good action-packed part of the book if we get there. You know, if we can get there. Mm-hmm. Nice
knockdown, drag out fight. Those are always fun to watch. Those are always fun to draw.
Yeah, you know, Clash of the Titans, you know, it's a fight between the Titans. You know, you got this god Lu with his bow that never misses, and then you got Baelor with his eye that destroys everything that it sees, and you know, they're going at it MMA style.
Nice. Yeah. So let's see where we're at right now. We are at 930. You got 19 days left. 5,000. Yeah. I think you got it. I think you'll get it. Let's go ahead and let's watch. What?
Okay. I was gonna say $70 from 1,000, breaking 1,000.
Yeah.
That'd be hitting four figures.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna remove this, and then I'm gonna reshare it, just because I wasn't sure I necessarily shared the.
The audio.
Yeah.
That's the bane of StreamYard. Would it?
Well,
Why
no,
don't
I
they-
mean, I understand why they do it.
Yeah. You don't
Because
want
you
to
don't want to
strike
actually
if
share the audio if you don't mean to. All right, share. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and watch this. This video. I love the accent of the voiceover. Who did your video for you? I wanted to ask earlier.
I did the video, but I paid a girl on Fiverr from Ireland actually to do the voiceover because it's important to Kira's character that's got that authentic Irish accent. So I wanted people to
Irish
get in
girl.
their I wanted to get in
Yeah.
their mind, what her voice would sound like, when they're reading the book, kind of.
Excellent.
But yeah, she's a great character, a great voice actress.
The Council of Binds has grown arrogant. The power and wisdom of the Tooth Danann has gone unchallenged for millennia. Peace has lured them into a deep sea of complacency, but it's always there, lurking, waiting, just outside the light, building, growing, anticipating. Evil never gives up. The lust for power, it will return. And when it does, it will have to go through me. I am Bind Kira. The spirit of Eru lives within me. I watched Balor fall to the hand of Lu as my world was destroyed. I fight for the Council of Binds. I fight for the Tooth Danann. I fight for what remains my world. I fight for my people. But most of all, I fight for revenge.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a great trailer.
I wanted to watch it again just because last time I didn't really get to hear the beginning all that well.
Yeah, I had
I
my
wanted to
YouTube
hear-
volume turned down.
Yeah, no worries at
Yeah.
all. But yeah, I wanted to hear that again. I like the trailer. What did you make it in?
Photoshop, After Effects,
Oh,
yeah,
Adobe After Effects.
Adobe After Effects. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
Adobe
I
After
knew
Effects.
what you meant. I knew what you
the,
meant.
the great
Yeah.
thing about Adobe and the Photoshop suite now is because you can get what you need and you can keep it for a couple months while you use it, and then you can pause your subscription or so.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's you're not spending $400, $500, $600 on a program that you might only use once or twice. If you're not
Well,
professional.
I have old stuff. I have CS6 stuff that I've been using for time out of mind.
Yeah.
You know,
See,
I
that's
haven't,
what I got to.
Yeah, I have. I mean, I still love my Photoshop and my Illustrator CS6. It works well. I haven't really done anything with After Effects or.
There's a learning curve
Premiere.
there. It took a few hours to kind of, I've done some video editing, and it took a few hours because it's not just video editing; it's a graphical
Oh
kind
yeah.
of, it's and I
You gotta
and
have
also,
graphics for the videos to move around. Yeah.
yeah, and then you had, but I bought a. I don't know if I should be saying this on live, but I don't guess it matters. I bought a template. You can buy templates for it, and then you can
yeah.
kind of edit from there. So it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
like you're
No,
having
I
to
mean,
learn every aspect of the program.
Absolutely. No, that's the best way to go. Like that way you find something kind of similar to what you're looking for, and then you tweak it to what you need.
Yeah, yeah, yep,
Maxworks says After Effects is awesome.
yeah. It
I'm
is.
gonna
It's
have to have to jump into that.
it is awesome,
take-
but my old computer is like, ooh, this is really.
Why you do this to me?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you do legs or something, you get up and your legs hurt. My computer, that's what it was feeling like.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to get it installed out here on the gaming rig and see how it runs. Should be okay. But what I've been editing in is what is it? Sony Vegas. Like, and that's an old version of that was back when Sony actually had the license for Vegas. I tried to actually download the new demo of Vegas on my rig out here. Wouldn't even install. Couldn't even install the demo to take a look at it. I'm like, I'm not gonna buy this software if I can't test the demo. So,
Yeah. Was it what was it? Just a error in the like a corrupted file or something?
It would get so far installing it, and then it would reach an error, and then it would uninstall everything. And I did that like 4 or 5 times. Didn't matter what version of Vegas I tried to use.
Yeah.
After a certain point, it wouldn't install. So I've been editing on this laptop here, which, I mean, the laptop has actually done a lot better than I expected it to. It runs Photoshop, and it runs my drawing tablet. So I mean, I can't complain too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
I remember there was a time when you had like 10 CDs that you'd have to you'd have to swap them out whenever you tried to load something. And then you would have to, before you run the game or the software, you'd have to put in the startup disk, the boot up disk for the software, and then you'd have to wait on it to load. So we've come a long way. Oh my God! I gotta wait 6 seconds.
What's going on? Why is it taking 10 nanoseconds to load this? God, this thing's a piece of trash. Yeah. No, I know. I remember, trying to keep quiet while the computer loudly as hell logged on to the internet. Anybody in the house? Yeah.
Yeah, CompuServe and AOL. I think that's what if you either had one or the other.
Yeah.
And then Yahoo. It was before Google too, because Yahoo had the index. You'd have to go through. Okay, I'm looking for like carpentry, and you'd have to go to that little tab, and then you'd go like tables, chairs.
Yep. I mean, that's where it started. Like no UI. The UI has constantly gotten better on the internet. Now you can see things, but yeah, it used to be all just typey, read, typey. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see things now, but they can see you too. So.
Yep. That's the
trade-off.
Progress, I guess.
I guess so.
Do any of you guys have any questions out there for Jerry about EVERMATTER Conscript?
I saw some questions the other day in another chat. They really actually knew a lot about the story, the Celtic,
That's awesome.
Dan Tutanen and the Fomorians. And one of the questions was because in the legends, in the actual mythology, and then it turned to legends, and then it kind of passed down history. The Fomorians, the Dan Tutanen defeated the Fomorians, and then the Malaysians came in and defeated the Dan Tutanen. But there's no Malaysians in EVERMATTER. We take off from the battle between the Fomorians and the Dan Tutanen, and then we also move it into space. So that's a whole big difference.
Love it.
Yeah. So that's a big difference in the story there. It's set in modern time. But
yeah, modern times, space, and Celtic mythology. This sounds fantastic. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Who did your logo, by the way? I'm sitting here staring at the logo, and I dig it. I like the knotwork behind it.
That was Eric Weathers. He's doing the lettering, and he did the logo for the book. And he'll probably wind up doing the pre-press.
Hats off to Eric. He's so good.
Yeah, I hadn't talked to him, but he'll probably do the pre-press as well.
Excellent. Yeah, I really dig the logo.
Yep. He
awesome.
He did a great job, and that's all. As far as I know, the lettering. I haven't found another font like that, so I don't know if he actually, drew each letter or if he modified a font or what. But it's pretty cool.
Knowing Eric, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. He is that talented.
Yeah.
just take a look at some old illuminated manuscripts, get a feel for it, and maybe find something similar, and then get a feel for that, and then just crank it out. I can totally see that.
Yeah.
I know. I used to do graphic design for a T-shirt company down here, and I would have to make logos.
Okay.
So good logo design is hard to come by.
Well, there's a lot of people that say they can make logos, but then they use like a what do they call it? Like a clip art studio or clip art. And every like hairdresser has the same pair of scissors, just at a different angle, in the logo.
Well,
but
yeah, they have the same attitude that one of my old bosses had. I was working in an office job doing tech support, and we needed new cards, and I was like, well, I can design them, and he didn't want to. See, my rate for doing stuff in an office versus my rate for doing art stuff is different. See, because I had to pay a lot of money to get this degree, so I actually knew what I was doing. But yeah, didn't believe that's all that artsy fartsy stuff. Didn't believe in actually paying for it. So he created the most god awful business cards I have ever seen. Like, I don't know, there should be a subreddit devoted to these cards, like graphic design gore or something.
Yeah.
It's just so tremendously bad. He thought they were fine. I'm like, really, dude? Like, okay, fine. And then people actually started telling him, like, these are terrible. And I actually redesigned the logo, and yeah, that worked out much better. We sold a lot more of the software we were trying to sell.
Yeah. If you're looking at a software company, they need to have a decent logo because you would think that they would know computer design as well, just as a customer. But
well, a good logo says this is a forward-thinking a company that's actually with it. If their logo looks like this, chances are their software is. If their logo looks really, really old, chances are their software is really, really old too. So,
and then, some companies, they get in this marketing data, and they make up a bunch of gobbledygook while their logo is right for this company, and then they charge like $25,000.
Oh yeah, I know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like it's you got to be able to look at something and say whether or not it is objectively good or objectively bad. Like,
yeah.
I mean, yes, there's taste, but at the same time, sometimes stuff is just not good. It's okay to say that.
Yeah.
But all right, y'all. So since nobody else seems to have any other questions, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Like I said, the link is pinned in the comments. It is also in the video description. Jerry, where can I find you?
You can find me at Jerry Unbound on Twitter, and of course you can find me at the link on Indiegogo. If you have any questions about the campaign, there's a way you can contact me from Indiegogo. And I've got a channel that has been on hiatus, but I'm starting it back up because I got the Bonds book I'm going to have on this weekend, Saturday. And
excellent!
Yeah. So
that's great.
That book does look great. I love the way she does the action, the lines, like on the wolves and the. It's a great book. It's a great book. She deserves every
tones and stuff like that. Yeah, that book looks like a lot of fun.
I backed it.
Cool.
She deserves every dollar she gets for that book, man. I mean, it just looks great.
Totally.
Yeah.
Putting in the work.
Work, and
right.
But yeah, it's a.
Do you have a link to your YouTube channel? I'll go ahead and drop it in the chat for people.
Yeah. Let me give it to you. It's
just plunk it down in the private chat there, and then I'll copy it and paste it.
Okay.
That'll be the easiest way. Tomorrow at 12:30, I have another new book, Who Dis? And it is going to be. Let me see if I can bring this up here. Where'd it go? Inkfinity Comics.
Okay, what is
There we go. Copy and we go. That is it's Jerry's YouTube channel. Go ahead and go over there and give him a like, subscribe, and be there when he does a show about bonds. You're gonna want to check that book out.
Yep. That's a good book. If you haven't already backed it, you need to back it because it's gonna be one you want to get. Yep.
Looks absolutely beautiful.
Right after you back EVERMATTER.
That's right. All right, y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you everybody for being here, and we will see you later. Peace.
Bye.